It's right in front of me. I don't know why I'm asking you.
Are we live? You put us live?
We are live. Yeah.
It's funny. It always takes a minute to go live. If this is like this delayed, I think I'm gonna have to, instead of using this stupid webcam feature, I might just like do a clean output from HDMI into my capture card, so that's not this delay. Because I like the quality of having this webcam, but I don't like this delay.
Yeah. I
Yep.
got it. Man, I was able to pick up a 3090 finally, and we'll talk about this on the podcast. But I was like, now that this monitor is not supported by the NVIDIA FreeSync thing, I kind of want to just get an AMD graphics card. Just have FreeSync.
The funny thing about that is, it's actually easier to get the higher end AMD cards right now, like the 6900X and shit like that, because they're not good for mining.
Yeah, I might just try to sell this on eBay or something like that.
You'll be able to sell it easily. You know what you could do, dude? I saw this, I saw this on on Reddit. There was people in like Facebook marketplaces that are willing to trade, cards. People like who like want to mine. I bet you could easily get the higher end AMDs.
All right.
Oh, Hellfire. Hellfire, you're not playing Future Revolution?
Oh, yes.
Then why is he? All right, I'll catch you guys next time. What does that mean? Why is he leaving? Why are you being a jerk?
He's just being Hellfire. He's being
Classic.
The amazing Hellfire that he is.
Wanna get into it? Wanna do a thing?
We'll do it. No, just give it a second.
Give it a second.
Just give it a little. Just let it happen. Fine. I don't see anything that's about. I guess I have the manual. I guess I'll just download the manual and just hold on to it. Figure it out.
You could always like look on the old YouTubes. Someone's probably gone through what you're going through.
Yeah, you're probably right. Just the refresh.
That's like always a thing. If you have some dumb problem, Google search it, and it's like, oh, someone else had this dumb problem.
Yeah, for sure. Oh fuck, I did the wrong thing. Full screen. Okay. Shall we get into it?
We shall.
I should probably hit the record button.
All right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Overachievers Gaming Podcast. I am your host, Vash, joined as always by Ashy Pastrami. Chef Crondo is boarding up his house because there's a hurricane a-coming. And, yeah.
There's a hurricane a-coming. Get your gold and board your houses. That's what I imagined in that when you just said that.
Oh, that's what you imagine what's happening right now with Crondo as he's just
actually
like,
no, I didn't.
Around.
That's funny too. I imagined the way you said there's a hurricane a-coming, but that's also funny because that's probably exactly how it's happening in Florida too. Everyone get your hog tied and I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, so we wish him the best. Hope everything is fine with Crondo. He's just said in our Discord, like, he's going to be able to sit this one out. It's also the 4th of July. It's Happy Independence Day.
4th of July. Tell you what.
Our rebellious colonials, just for celebrating us just breaking away.
You know what? Let's just go back to the Empire. You know what I mean?
Let's go. I mean,
let's go back to England.
Let's just do it at this point. Why not? I mean, what could be what could be the bad thing?
Yeah, there's no problems in England.
No, at all. Not at all. We were the original Brexit, so there we go. Anyway, so you can find us on Instagram at og.podcast. Our Twitter is overachieversp. Our website is ogpodcast.fm, where you get this episode and every episode where we talk about video games, other things sometimes.
Funny break. Video games.
And I don't know what else we gotta really like just stick to like 3 things that we talk about. But I'm sure there's other things. Pizza making, yes.
Miniature painting now.
Yeah, and you guys have been trying to get me into this, and I just need to get into the miniature painting. You're gonna pull one up, aren't you?
Look how fucking cool this dude is. Wait.
Come on, where's your cool camera that can focus? Look at that. Where's the
Well, dude,
macro lens?
it's a shitty lens.
Get the macro
Wait,
out there, too.
Hold on.
Just get the diopters. Oh my
There we go.
god, I love that it's like as you zoom in, the aperture changes and it's darker because it's probably a
'Cause it's
T4
a
to
bad
5.6.
lens, dude.
Yeah, it's a T4 to 5.6. There you go.
Yeah, it's the what is this? It's the 18 to 135, that like Canon kit lens.
Yeah, amazing. So good. I need to get my XT4 set back up, which I really
my
like
buddy
that.
gave me this, so I was like, oh, I'll do this. You know,
Yeah, I just need to figure out a good mounting solution to put it up in here so it's not like
mine
on
is
the monitor.
hilarious, and I wish I could show you. I have like one of those shitty like iPhone tripods that have like the bendy legs, and
Yeah.
I literally just have it like attached to my monitor. It's probably not a good idea the way I'm doing it, but it's not touching the screen, so
There you go. It all works out. I'm going to find out a wall mount solution once I start my new job.
there you
That
go.
way I can actually.
Have you?
I'll actually have
Is this known yet?
Yes.
Do people know this?
If you'd listened to the podcast, we actually announced it.
No,
like,
no. I mean, like in our community, not like
No one. I haven't.
You did it like on the. I already seen you doing the server and everything, but like in the film community.
No, I haven't told anybody.
Oh,
Well, I've
okay.
told the people who I've been working with, but I haven't told I haven't made an official announcement like on Facebook
Sure.
or Instagram, being like, "Hey, guess what? I'm going to work for Frame.io." So
Yeah,
no, I
yeah.
haven't done that yet. So
That's what I was more. I don't give a shit about these nerds. Who gives a shit? They know they're not gonna tell anybody. You know, people that we know. That's what I'm curious.
I mean, we care about all you nerds. We care about you, but that's
that's
not what Tom's talking about.
Thanks. I care about you. No, you know what I meant though.
Yeah, 100%. If you like this podcast, please, and our banter back and forth. This is like old days, like where it just used to be me and Dami talking about video games.
What a day. What a day, and it was.
We do miss Chef Crondo, but it's
Hope he's
fun
okay.
to just have a little banter back and forth. Anyway, if you like this podcast, please share it. Tell people. Rate it 5 stars on the App Store, not the App Store, the Podcast Store, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast one. Now that helps us get into the algorithm and gets recommended to other people. What are you doing?
I'm trying to fix the shutter speed because I'm so like wispy, but yeah.
If you want to know what's going on, you're listening. Make sure you check out the YouTube. So it's, our YouTube channel. We don't have the official like youtube.com/OG podcast just yet because we need 1,000 subscribers until we get that. I think we're at like 340.
Really?
Yeah, you need 1,000. But you can also check out the replay at twitch.tv/OG podcast. Let's see, how many more plugs can I do of the stuff that we do? We got a Patreon that we don't use because there's like, it's just a help thing. It's $5.
I feel like
or something
Patreon.
that.
You just have Patreon to say you have it at this point.
At this point, yeah.
People, it's only people who do like full time that Patreon matters for.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
we this is a hobby for us. We enjoy talking about video games.
Oh, we got the noob plug.
Oh yeah, we do have the new plug.
We got that. What was that mobile game? That mobile game that we got, Dragon something.
We still have that, but we haven't. Nothing's really come from it. I don't know. We
People play
do.
that game? I don't wanna be
Hold
a
on,
jerk.
I gotta put. Hold on. Let me actually. I gotta put the noob logo back up on the. There we go. It's back up on the Twitch. Twitch.tv/OG podcast is us live as you're listening to us and doing that sort of stuff. This is going to be 5 minutes of just plugs, spoilers, not spoilers, plugs and.
We talk about spoilers. Have you been watching Loki?
I have been watching Loki. We can get into that.
We don't actually do spoilers, but what a great show.
We'll get into that towards the end. So if you want to listen to after the pod, we're going to have a little after pod segment where we'll talk about Marvel stuff. But anyway.
Yeah, mostly doing Future Revolution for this one.
Yeah, so
In
this
fact, let
is
me get that open
primarily
right now.
Future Revolution. If you're watching live on twitch.tv/OG podcast, we are actually streaming this live in the old Marvel Future Revolution category, which is what we used to do when we used to do MSF content. Yeah, it's fun. So let's see. Oh yeah, so you can get 15% off any order at noob.com.
Join their Discord too. That's a really good Discord. They're really active. They do events. They do a lot of like Call of Duty and like Smash. They do a lot of like internal tournaments and like you could win shit, and they're great people over there. So join their Discord. I'm sure we can add that to the show notes.
I'll
Yeah,
write it down so I don't forget.
super active, good community in Discord.
Yeah. I have not been active in that Discord because I've just been super fucking busy. So
Yeah, I haven't been home pretty much the whole month of July.
yeah.
I did real quick though. I brought your battery case with me to Seattle, but I took out all the batteries and I bought foam and I packed all of my Warhammer in your battery case. I was in Seattle for 2 weeks. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm just working all day. I had one day off when I was in Seattle, so like, I'm I get back from shooting, and I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna chill out and paint. I wish I had weed with me.
That's
But
amazing. I did see that you are now streaming yourself playing or painting Warhammer stuff.
yeah,
How's that
yeah,
going?
it's really cool. It's so real quick. The whole like I never thought I could do Warhammer. I've always been interested in it. It's like such a crazy monster of a hobby. I can't paint for shit personally. I'm not like Mallory, my girlfriend. She's great at painting. She always try to have paint nights with me, and I'm just like, oh, here's a red line. You know what I mean? Um, Warhammer is great because it allows me to like actually relax because I'm being forced to think about what I'm doing. Like I have such a
Yeah.
hard trouble relaxing. I can't relax for shit. Very anxious human being. But like it forces your concentration. And the good thing about it is it's pretty much paint by numbers, which sounds hilarious, but like, I just put up that here's like this sorcerer dude, right?
Yeah.
He's all gold right now because the trim is gold and that's really hard to paint. So this sounds funny, even though the smallest parts of him are gold in the long run. You do the whole thing gold and then you do the big parts. You paint the big parts because they're easier to paint. So you go off the box, you look at what the character looks like on the box, and you're like, great, I'm just painting this shit like that guy. You could choose to do whatever you want. I go freehand sometimes, but not much. But
You go off
it's
the beaten
fairly
path.
yeah, it's fairly easy in that regard. And then yeah, it's super fun. So I was like, hey, I haven't streamed in a while. I'm not really playing any video games right now, so there's no video games for me to play. How can I stream that? And so I gave it a shot. And the great thing is I have this webcam now, or this the Canon 60D as my webcam. So then I have my Logitech and I just put it on like a little tripod mount and put it like straight 90 degrees over my mat and it works. And like it's been cool because obviously, like, some of the homies come through and it's really nice. Like, Hellfire Puppies, Wiki was in the other night. Like, it's really fun. But then I'll get like random Warhammer people. And that's cool because I don't know, like, it's cool when random people show up in your stream. It's not just your friends, or people like, or your regulars and stuff. And I know that there can be probably like some backseat painting. Like, oh, you should do that, but I don't really give a shit about that because I'm not good at this anyway, so I don't mind. Someone like, oh, did you think about doing this? Like, oh, thank you so much for your I'm not like a pro painter where it's like, don't fucking talk to me, like. Um, so it's
Your
cool. It's really
golem
fun.
voice, be like, my
Yeah.
precious.
Well, it's funny because it's such an English hobby. Like, it was started in England, and most like the huge majority of it are English still. So like every Warhammer big streamer is like, hello, governor. You know what I mean? So that's just how I imagined.
I just imagine everybody now is just Shanksy. So whenever
Yeah,
it comes through,
exactly.
so for all
Yeah,
this
yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
Um,
I'm not even gonna do that. It's disrespectful to him.
I know he's out of all the
He,
people we've had, he's my favorite like English streamer we've had on.
oh, he's one of my favorite streamers in general. He's just so absurd.
He's
Just
great.
such an absurd human. I love him. I
He
love him
got
to death.
he convinced me to buy Chivalry 2, and I was like, really? I don't know. I played the beta. It was okay. And then he's like, no, you gotta play it. You gotta play it. I'm like, all right, fine. Played it. I couldn't put it down. Super
Really,
fucking fun
actually.
game. Yeah.
Wow.
So we'll get into a quick discussion of what we're playing, then we're gonna get into the main topic of today, which is Marvel Future Revolution. So yeah, Dom, have you played anything recently, or you just been super
Dude,
busy?
I've been gone for, the month. I didn't bring my Switch with me. I left it for Mallory so she wasn't like fucking bored alone and stuff. So I didn't really bring any video games with me, so I didn't play anything for like the past month. And since
Mhm.
I've been home, I haven't really felt the urge to play. I have played like some Warcraft 3 Reforged just because like it's an easy I'll just load up a game and just go online and play like whatever. But nothing really. The only thing once Future it's so funny. Did we even know Future Revolution was dropping like before we get into the big talk about it?
We did not. We knew
No,
that they were dropping some information. We did
but
not know that there was going to be like a soft
a
launch.
soft launch. Yeah, so like I haven't played anything. Out of nowhere, I'm seeing all these pop-ups from like the Future Revolution channel, like, oh my God, Canada soft launch. I'm like, what the fuck? So finally got it to work, which is hilarious. Problem we could talk about we can talk about that just in case anyone had that problem. But
Yeah, I
no
just
other games.
just got it. I literally right before we started this, I made a video of how to do that. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so no other games. I've actually been trying to rush. I have about 6 minis left to finish painting. I'm playing my first game on Monday with Matt Clammer. My first Warhammer game rather. So I'm trying to like rush these dang paint jobs to finish so I can be ready for that game.
Fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I've just been playing. One game that came out that I was looking forward to that I am kind of disappointed. Also, before we get too closer, am I cutting out for you? You're cutting out for me a little bit. So whenever I'm talking, so it's very little weird. So
Cutting out?
yeah, it's just popping and whatnot. So I'll have to listen. I'll hope. Yeah. It's
No,
a little,
keep talking because I'm trying to like
Well,
talk
okay,
over you. Yeah.
That's that. That's that. If anybody in the who's
That's
listening,
weird.
I'm gonna have to just listen to the audio. Hopefully, it's not cutting out when we're talking about stuff. But it's just nothing we can do about it now because we're live and recording. So anyway, yeah. So I've been playing a few games. Been playing Ratchet and Clank, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which is great on PS5, and I highly recommend it. I know we kind of I talked about it a little bit before, so I'm still playing that. One game that came out that I was like looking forward to, but it has like terrible fucking reviews, is the new not Baldur's Gate, Dungeon Dragon Dark Alliance.
Wait, you said terrible reviews?
Yeah, it's got like 1-star reviews, but it's
really. I've seen people playing it that enjoy it.
I enjoy it.
Oh, you're playing it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing it. I'm playing it as Drizzt, which is the Drow, which is kind of like an assassin and whatnot. So he's kind of fun. There's 4 different classes, I think, 4 or 5. I can't remember. So there's like a barbarian. There's a dwarf tank. There's Drizzt, who's like a assassin type thing, and there's like an archer. I wish there was like a mage class, but I guess maybe they'll add something later on. But it's it's fun.
They're definitely gonna add stuff.
It's just it just reminds me of just like a Diablo style looter collector or whatever. It's fun. I got my character like to level 20, played it for like 2 weeks straight. But it's it's old D&D style. If you enjoy that sort of world and realm, like the whole like who is it made by? It's made by Wizards of the Coast, I think, too, or an association and whatnot. So that they have all the sort of all the style of roles and everything like that. I mean, it's not great. It's not the best game. There's definitely super bugs and whatnot, like enemies just like kind of like lag rubber band and whatnot all the time. But at the same time, it's fun. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Would I recommend it to somebody? Not now. Not for $40. I would say 20, maybe $15 is definitely worth playing. Sure. I know I was considering streaming it, but I was at the same time I was just kind of playing it just for fun. So
yeah.
I kind of need
game has to be streamed.
Yeah, I was just sometimes you just need to like chill and do other things and not stream because life and sometimes you just want to like drink a beer, sit on the couch, play some games. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, let's if you have any questions for us in the chat, you can do the Q with the colon and ask a question if you have any questions about Future Revolution or anything like that. So Dom, is there anything coming out that you're looking
colon? Oh, colon. What'd you say? What was the question?
I'm saying, is there anything you're looking forward to that's coming out?
There is. I just had that too. It is Back for Blood in October, and then at some point, we don't know when, there's a new RTS coming, a Warhammer RTS coming out, Total War 3. I like RTSs a lot.
Likewise.
So I'm curious how that's going to be. It's set in like there's like 2 worlds in Warhammer, Age of Sigmar and then 40K. 40K being the sci-fi, Sigmar being the like fantasy magic one. And this one, like Total War Warhammer 3, like that series is Age of Sigmar, so it's all fantasy stuff, but it looks pretty cool. They do a really good job with those games because like StarCraft and like Warcraft and like the Blizzard RTSs and like even like Age of Empires and those things, they're like classic, they're fun, they're good, they are difficult, but the Total War ones in Warhammer fashion are kind of insane. It's like there's just a million more things happening. Like with StarCraft, you just like a lot of clicking, you're done. But like those games, they're just like way more intense. So definitely gonna play that. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'm Back for Blood in October is this is a big one.
Yeah, I was gonna play that. Maybe I still might, but for me, there's 3 games that I'm gonna be playing and streaming and focusing my time on. One is Battlefield 2042. I will be playing that day one. Yeah. I'm gonna play it on PS5.
I'll probably play that too.
Mainly just because there's a few people who I have as friends that I've been playing with, and is just like one is a longtime subscriber and supporter of my channel. His name is it's mofo is what it is, but it stands for motherfucker. Essentially, is what his
Is that what MoFo stands for?
well, that's what in his username. That's what it stands for. On
Yeah.
Twitch. But he's been like, since I started streaming. Day one, he's been a subscriber, so he's like, "Hey, when are we gonna play Battlefield?" I was like, "Oh, that's coming out." He's like,
There
"He
we
just
go.
got his PS5." Like, dude, we're gonna play. He and I used to play Call of Duty together all the time, and we'd do duos in the Battle Royale mode that they came out with in Black Ops. So I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Blackout? Yeah. Blackout. So I'm looking forward to that. I know Upshaw's playing it on PS5, and he's been talking to me about, like, hey, we should play, I'm going to get on PS5. I might get on PC. I'm like, you do whatever you want.
Crossover?
I don't know if it's crossover, but I know he really likes console gaming. So
Yeah. I'll probably get it on PC.
I mean, I signed up for Keygen, which is you can kind of sign up if you do content. They can send you keys, but it's kind of like a lottery system, and you just have to make content for them, and it's kind of like promoted material. So you essentially be like, yeah, I got this key. I'm playing Battlefield because thanks to Keygen for sponsoring this or whatever it is. I can't remember. So anyway, Battlefield 2042 is I will be playing that day one. I don't want to pre-order because EA. But at the same time, like, I'm gonna play.
I'm never pre-ordering a game again. I've decided. I don't give a shit what game it is. I'm never pre-ordering a game again.
Yeah, but the only reason why I want to pre-order it is because you get 3 days early, and I'm definitely gonna be playing it. I fucking love Battlefield, and the only thing that's annoying to me is like it's a multiplayer only.
Yeah,
no story, which kind of bums me out because I like the story, but whatever. And then I'm also gonna be playing New World, the Amazon MMO that's gonna be coming out. I've been in the alpha for that, and it is fucking fantastic.
Really?
Yes. They fix a lot of bugs. I'm actually curious to hear what Chewburger has to say because I know he played it before. I didn't play the first time around, so I don't know all the bugs. I need to watch something that is like a recap of like what's happening. Oh, excuse me. Just all my seltzer that I'm drinking all the time. It's just little bubblies. New World's gonna be great. So that game is I can't really talk too much about it because I am under NDA, but it is fantastic. I will be playing that. I will be streaming that game.
Oh, that's the game you're talking about, NDA over the other day?
Correct, yeah.
So what the fuck are you talking about? What is it? What are you talking about?
Yeah, so there's that. And then the main topic of today as well is a Marvel Future Revolution, which I'm really, really stoked on. I was not expecting a soft launch to come out whatsoever.
No, I don't think anyone was.
So I was expecting to not have another. I was expecting to have another month or so I get settled into the new job, be able to set up some time for streaming, that sort of stuff. But then they just dropped it on us. It was like, hey, soft launch in Canada. In Canada, of all places, normally it's like Philippines or something like that.
Usually
I don't know.
Southeast Asia. I think they do that too in the Southeast Asia region because it's like the best test for their servers or some shit, right?
Yeah, it's as my cousin Neil was on the podcast, he kind of gave us a little bit of an insight into that about being like, it's a good target market group. They're like they're hardcore gamers over there. It's stress testing servers. It's a small but dense group in order to which they can like try some things out and so on, which is fine. I mean, I'm happy that it's Canada, I guess, but I mean for our Canadian brethren who are, we have a few people who are in Canada who frequent.
Yeah, don't you know? I mean, the great thing about VPNs, it could be anywhere.
Yeah, literally. But at least you don't have to create a Google account in the Philippines or Canada. You can just, get the APK, which is on our Discord, and then you can just download it and reinstall it. I actually like I said, just did a video of how to do that. So once you have the APK downloaded, you can just literally just do it in BlueStacks or whatever game you want to do.
Odd thing is, and this wasn't for everybody, some people can run their VPN off their desktop and it just be on their computer in Canada and it's fine. But me, I had to download the mobile. I use NordVPN. I have like 4. It's like all these VPNs love doing crazy deals. I have like 4 years of NordVPN for free. It's hilarious. But like, I had to download the mobile version of NordVPN on my emulator, like on my phone, to run it that way. But not everyone has to do that. Did you have to do that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But not everyone has to do that. It's really interesting.
I tried. I use private internet access just because they can take cryptocurrency and it's fine. But for some reason, like I tried it on my computer, and it didn't work. I also have it on
Yeah.
my Switch, like my network Switch, not my
Oh, sure.
Nintendo Switch, but like I
Right.
have it in my router.
Yeah.
And so for some reason it wasn't working, even though it says the same thing. So just having it installed on the actual BlueStacks works fine.
Definitely works.
Fine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Definitely
there's other players, like you can use BlueStacks, you can use Nox, you can use Mimu. I guess people are saying the
LD player, everyone talks about it. Is probably like
I haven't tried LD player. Maybe I'll give that a go today. After we're done, because I'll stream for a little bit after today, because fireworks don't start till later tonight. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, maybe I'll give LD player a try. It's just a matter of trying to get everything resituated and whatnot. So
yeah, I just don't personally. I'm just not gonna do a whole nother learn a whole nother emulator. Like I'm fine. Like it works in BlueStacks. I'm good.
Yeah, but yeah. So let's talk about Future Revolution. What's good? So Dom, you are just recently in the game.
Yeah, I'm level 23 on my Spider-Man, level 10 on Doctor Strange.
So wait, what do you think about the game so far? Because I have a lot of thoughts about it, but I'm curious about yours.
Well, I tried to talk about this kind of genre, this like mobile MMO style autoplay game. I tried Black Desert Online for a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely couldn't get into it. It was way too weeby ass like animation for me. It's just like, yeah, big titty anime girl, like as like the peasant farmer. It's like, why is this a character? So it wasn't really my game. Anything Marvel, I'm just a sucker for.
Likewise.
So I really enjoy it. It's really easy to just play. I actually probably am not going to play it on my phone at all, to be honest. I don't even think I'm going to download it on my phone unless I'm traveling. Like if I'm gone for like a long travel thing, that's a different story. But the only problem I have is it's too easy to auto, and like there are things you have to do even while you're autoing. Like I really enjoy like the God of War style, like swipe, kick. Like that's nice. Those are really fun.
The quick time events. Yeah.
Yeah, quick time. That's what they call it. Thank you so much. The only problem for me though is I don't know anything going on in the game. I don't know the story. I know that there's been a convergence. I know that all like the Earths are shattering together. Cool. I like that. I'm always a fan of those stories. And that's a really easy way to get all these heroes in. Like why there's 30,000 people as Spider-Man or whatever. Awesome. Love that. But like the actual story arc, no idea what's been going on since the convergence event. I'm just playing as Spider-Man, beating up people, clicking shit when I have to, but it's mostly playing on auto, And for me, it's great. I could just like pay minimal attention, play when I have to play, and I'm chill. I'm like sitting here painting a bunch of minis. Oh wait, I got a click, really quick click. And like it is nice too because Black Desert Online you could just hit auto and just not you could leave for weeks if you wanted to. But in this game, like you'll finish a mission or something and you actually have to click on the next mission to like start going, or you're just gonna sit in the same area and fight for 3 hours. That's nice because they actually want you to pay a little bit of attention. So yeah, I definitely think, and I think that aspect is cool. But overall, the game is very well built. Like what a surprise! What a surprise! Genuinely, it's like this is like a low key just PC game. Like outside of it being a mobile game. Like I'm so curious to see how it performs on mobile. I mean, I guess technically we're seeing it, right? But I mean, wow! Like the combat system is really good. The so far all the characters seem really cool. If I knew the story, I'm sure it would be great. I saw you streaming yesterday and there was like Thanos in it for a bit, so that's cool. Sure, awesome. Yeah, it's really well done, and I think that is. I mean, also like the skins are all like everything. There's a lot going on with it, right? And it's just so funny. I don't even want to compare it to Strike Force, but I'm only and I think I don't think it's a proper. I don't think they're proper games to compare. I see a lot of people like, oh my god, this and Strike Force. You can't compare them because they're incomparable. I think genre, developer. There's so many different things about them. Literally the only thing same about the games are the Marvel IP. But if we are going to compare it, I think the biggest comparison is the variety, A, in
Mhm.
what you can do in the game, the ease of access to uh different things for your character, which doesn't exist at all in Strike Force unless you're talking about like, ISO and everything. Uh and the balance. I think it's the balance of this game is huge. Every character seems good so far. Do some outshine? Sure, but you're also talking about kind of different classes for characters, right? Like obviously Captain America, unless you spec him, isn't going to do as much damage as a full damage spec Spidey or Doctor Strange or something. But the game seems really well balanced, and I think that is way bigger than anything. I think the fact that it's well balanced is bigger than the variety in costumes, the fighting style, the story, any of that stuff. Because you see this a lot, especially in mobile games. You're just playing one thing. One thing is good, and that's it, and that's all you're doing, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it happens every time there's a meta change in Strike Force. The you know, Arena is swamped by one thing, War is swamped by one. That's it, and until the next meta change. But so far, it seems like everyone is pretty good, and that's awesome. I think that's great. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the game so far. I mean, I played a lot of Black Desert Mobile, so that's what I'm going to compare this to because it is an action MMO per se, and by action MMO we mean it's like you have abilities that you can click and do, and you have other things you can do, and then there's not really like there's skills in the game that you can change and equip, but it's not like you don't have a tree or a branch or anything like that for like as you would for like normal character varieties and abilities and skills and spells and all that stuff. But you can like upgrade them. You can change the skills. They do different things as you level up, that sort of stuff. So I mean, I'm gonna compare this to Black Desert Mobile for the most part because that's like I said,
that's the best comparison.
that's the best
realistically
comparison.
the best comparison. Yeah.
Because Black Desert Online is a actual MMO, and they just made a mobile port of that game because they just essentially took the whole world and scaled it down, did a lot of sort of stuff, did some cool stuff, and I enjoyed the shit out of that game. I played it for like 8 months. Never spent a dime in that game. Had a blast.
Right.
Level up a ton of characters, and that's how I feel this game is going to be. Like when when Future Revolution was first announced, I know that Wolverthor and I were like discussing it. And I was like, "Yo, you should come try out Black Desert because it's gonna." My opinion, that's how it's gonna be, and I guess I was right in that aspect of it. That's how it was gonna happen. But for now, like I'm level 47 on Captain Marvel. I have a bunch of other characters level 20-ish. Because there gets to a point without giving away two spoilers. There's a boss fight, and I'll get to talking about boss fights in a second. There's a boss fight that you can't really do auto, and I've been working so much this week, and I've just been having
Yeah.
I've just had the BlueStacks running on my computer here. I'm remotely logged into my computer through remote desktop, playing on my phone that way. Just hitting auto, like you said, just like click the next quest and all sort of stuff, and letting it run. So I have 4 characters level 20. Right now, I have my main at level 47. I play through all of them with exception. Captain Marvel is my main at the moment.
Sure.
I'm gonna try. I've heard like Black Widow is supposed to be OP as fuck when towards end game, so I'm gonna try her out. She was like the next character I was leveling up. I have not tried Doctor Strange, Star-Lord, or I'm missing one. I'm trying to think of the other one. There's just Doctor Strange and Star-Lord. The only two I have not.
Star-Lord doesn't seem too appealing to me. I Doctor Strange is my secondary character. I love Doctor Strange. He's really cool.
I think Star-Lord has a lot of like DPS and debuffs that he can do to help out the team. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. So I mean, I'm also like I have a Galaxy phone or a tablet, so like I'm playing it on this like shitty like Galaxy A tablet, which is you can't run the game great. Like I have it set on low settings, but I can at least play it on a tablet.
Sure.
Because BlueStacks isn't really that responsive. I wish I could like I'll try to figure out how to get like a gamepad installed so I can actually play it on a gamepad because I think it'll be fun. The boss fights I feel like are really like you actually have to play the boss fights. You can't auto them. There's no way that you can later. I mean later on. I'm on chapter 3 or 4 in the game right now. There's a lot of stuff going on, like you said. Like you don't really know what the storyline is, but I definitely would recommend, at least on like when it comes to iOS or a mobile phone, actually like sit down and play and like pay attention to the story, because the story is actually very good. I thought it was.
Yeah.
They did a smart thing of like you said that how there's like, oh, this convergence. That's why there's 1,000 Spider-Mans running around in different costumes, whatever. It's very smart how they were able to do that. But it's also like it makes sense. It's kind of cool. It's how they're able to introduce different dimensions. I don't know shit about like the different dimensions in the Marvel universe, so it's a kind of a cool learning experience to me. Like there's different Ultrons, different worlds, different Earths, different that sort of stuff. So it makes me want to go back and like read other comics, because I want to learn more about the backstory between everything like that. So
there's a lot. Well, the thing that I've since dropped in the way I look at Marvel stuff is like caring about like, oh, this isn't like the Marvel we know, blah blah blah, because the way that the Marvel universe works is that there's all these, it's a multiverse, right? So that's how they can explain so much shit. The cool thing about, I don't know, I haven't actually paid attention if there is any 616 stuff in this, or if it's all just other universes we've never seen before, in regards to like, and like never seen in comics and stuff before. But it is such a good way to do something like this, because usually it's just like, these are things this is a Batman we've never seen before, like if we're talking about like DC or something, or this is whatever. I think this was such a good way to actually do like an MMO in a Marvel setting, like obviously, I don't know, if they did like custom heroes, like that would have been one story, but like the fact that anyone can play the character they like to play and it's still not a ridiculous thing, because like usually you just have to chalk it up to ridiculous game stuff. Oh yeah, there's 30,000 Doctor Stranges here, whatever, it's a dumb game, but this is like, oh, there's multiverse, that's why there's so many, you know what I mean? Yeah,
it's definitely a cool like story, not gimmick per se, but it's a nice like way of being like, getting around all that stuff, which is like, it's kind of like it just makes sense, as opposed to being like, there's like 19 Doctor Strange. It's like Marvel Heroes or Marvel Avengers. They're like, they didn't really do that, and they sort of did that with like time travel and like the different rift gates, and like they had to explain it and why there's different things. So it's like the same shit. Which is why they didn't allow multiple Iron Mans at the start of the Marvel Avengers or whatever. But but the boss battles in this game actually feel like boss battles. Like you have to pay attention, you have to avoid things, you have to make sure like you get your hits in, run away when there's certain like ultimate attacks in. Like I'm fighting. I guess it's not really that big of a spoiler on it, but like I'm fighting Nebula right now, and it's like there's I've had to try it like 4 or 5 times, and I still can't get it. Granted, I'm playing on the tablet and it's slightly laggy, so I'm gonna try it on BlueStacks when we're done. But I think it's just the boss fights feel great. There's always those gimmicky gotcha moments where like you're trying to like upgrade your gear, which is like through costumes and whatever, to be able to have better stats and whatnot. So like you have to like farm some stuff or get lucky or do the blitzes and then come back and whatever in order to get the materials to upgrade everything. Or you can pay $50 if you want to get like a cart or a crate of all these random materials and whatnot to be able to upgrade. So there's definitely like pay to win mechanics in there, but you don't have to pay money to play. I know Wiki Wolf has been playing it. He's like level 78 or something like that right now, and he's free to play. So, but I haven't really tried. I haven't like I've only spent $2 in the game because there was like a introductory like 3-star costume you can get. That's just as you log in the game, which is $4 Canadian, so it's like practically free in America. So but I had one of my viewers tipped me $2 to buy it, so I was like, all right, he tipped me $2 to buy it, so I'll just buy it for shits and giggles. But the cool thing about this is somebody asked a question earlier. I was going to get to the questions, but like they asked me like what your favorite costume combination is. I love that there's like so many. I'm going to talk about 2 things. I love that there's so many different costume variations in the game. Immediately, you can like make your character yours, which is what makes it feel great. And it's just like, if you have that little weird sense of progression, right? So it's like, oh, I want to find this costume. I'm going to go look for that. Where does it drop? Oh, I'm going to go run around and look for this stuff. And so he, I was just like, I love the fact that you can do that. Also, the fact that like there's no like gear per se with the exception of costume, so you can upgrade your costume. Like I just upgraded one of my blues to 4-star now turn into a purple or whatever, for one headpiece, and it's been fine. It's just like, slow sense of progression. It's not like, there's people like Seaton who pay like exorbitant amounts of money who gets to level 100 in a single day because he gets all the XP boosts and can like rush through everything. But like if you want to spend money, you can spend money to really get through. But I'm taking my time on it, like, because it's fine. Not really worried about like, getting crazy drops or anything like that. I'm just enjoying progression. And like there's a point in which you have like you're gonna get stopped because like you don't have enough progression. I just switch to another character and just keep playing. Because you have your character levels and you have your squad levels. With squad levels is like in Black Desert, it was like the family thing or whatever. It's like as you do different things and as you level up, your squad level increases, and therefore you give like global stats to your whole account. And so like if you're having troubles with your main character, you can then do an alternate character, and then you can then like level up your squad level. And that will allow you to like get some more stats so that maybe you can then go through and like you got an extra 5,000 power, and then you can finally beat that boss that you're struggling with or something like that. So it's just like, you can just keep going through and playing the game and having fun and just leveling up your squads, and just enjoying the game that way. And also like as you like increase your level with your main character, which increase your squad level, like when you start a new character, you're starting off at like 10,000 power as opposed to like 0. So and then you're just like able to get through the content a little faster, a little easier, and you just kind of feel a little bit more overpowered, and just you feel like an Avenger because you're just like kicking ass immediately out the gate. And it's great. I love all the different intro storylines to everybody. Everyone has their own storyline that starts off the whole scenario. I'm curious to see what other characters they're going to add, because I don't know if you watched or listened to the watch like the little overview they did on the 29th, but they said they're definitely adding characters. Yeah, like you said, they're limitless and whatnot. But like, I wonder who's going to be the first up. I'm not talking to you, Siri. Stop.
What the hell was that?
That was Siri, because I was like, I had my wrist was like bent and it was like doing stuff. Anyway, triggered my thing. But
the possibilities. Like, that's the great thing about Marvel games. Possibilities are limitless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Nice. So there's so many different things that they can do. But I'd be curious, like. Who they're going to implement next, taking all the feedback. The only things that I don't like right now in the game would just be like, I don't like that your ultimate resets every time you go into a new instance, which is really frustrating, because like there have definitely been times where like I wish I could have farmed an ultimate or just been like strategic in like, okay, I'm going to get my ultimate ready to go into this boss fight, and then I'm good for the boss fight because I'm set and ready for it. But I mean, maybe that's something that they'll fix later on, or it was a design choice to kind of force you to spend money on stuff. I don't know, but like it's definitely fun, and I'm gonna play the shit out of it.
Yeah, I think the thing with me is I have zero pressure in this game. There's zero pressure for me in this game. Like I'm not. I'm not planning on going buck wild on anything. So like for me, if I spend a single dollar, I'd be surprised, even on something like as chill as a $2 costume, unless it's like, something dope with Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's fun. And there's like so, like if you like to min-max, and what's up, Darth Microtransaction? How's it going? I actually don't think we've actually said hi to you since like, when we were doing the MSF Envoy stuff. Anyway, hi, welcome to the pod. A thing that's interesting is if you want to min-max, there's so many different things you can do.
Totally.
Like they have those Omega cards. It took me a while to figure out like what the fuck's going on. They're just literally different.
So
they're just little stats. That's pretty much all it is. Eventually, you can get to the point where like you get 1 star, 2 star, 3, 4, however many they are. I think 5 star right now is the max. But you can then just combine them and they just increase stats. Like you look at them, different cards that give you like, X percentage against villains, or X percentage for PvP. PvP is going to be the end game for this game, because it's going to be like an open, like free for all, 90 players in an area or something like that, for bragging rights. But if you don't care about PvP, you don't really have to play it. Although that's probably going to be where you get all the stuff. Like Dark Microtransactions was saying, like PvP rewards are pretty good in Dark Dimension. That's where you get to find the best set of cards. So essentially, that's where you're going to get cards. Because it's like high risk versus reward, and you can steal stuff from people, so it's a little bit of free for all. So it's going to be interesting. 6 star max for badges, cards, and costumes. Oh, okay, cool. 6 stars is the max. So Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna play the shit out of this game. I think it's got a lot of good potential. I don't know if I'm gonna throw money at it at all right now. I'm gonna be free to play as much as I can be until I hit a wall where I feel like I can't progress anymore.
That's when it comes out. If you're like, am I gonna keep doing this or am I gonna put money into this? Because it's like, all right, I've gotten to where I can. Here's a wall in front of me. If spending like a couple bucks makes this wall less annoying, then okay, maybe.
Yeah, if it's a couple bucks, then yeah, it's not going to be like, hey, here's $50 for a new character that you can't do anything with. And that's like, it's just not, that's
the thing is like, I've been so turned off from spending money on a game because of MSF because it's not realistic. That's not realistic money spending in that game. You know what I mean? You can't even buy a whole character. You're buying like a couple stars if you're lucky, But again, I don't want this to be like an MSF compared thing because
it's two different companies, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, like, I feel like the prices are fair. So, like, at least from what I'm seeing, granted, it's still in Canadian dollars, so I can't really give it a full a full comparison for like how much stuff costs. So, but like in the event of like you have like this monthly costume thing where like if you spend it's like $44 Canadian, so it's like maybe 35 US, something like that, for a month of just like, hey, you log in every day, you get cores. Sorry, you get crystals is what it is.
I think it's crystals. Yeah.
So you get crystals, and at the end of the month you get like a 5-star costume or something like that.
But here's the interesting thing. Darth Microtransaction just said spent $600, and that was basically enough at this point to be in the top ranks for everything. Don't need to whale at all if it's not worth you're trying to make content on. Blah blah blah. Free to play, still a fun game. So like,
yeah.
What was the fucking Japanese dude's name who got Dark Dimension 3? He spent like 30 grand or something.
Oh yeah, Tadano Mac.
Yeah, like again, I don't want to compare, but that's the comparison.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I'll like like obviously Darth, you do you. I'm never gonna do that in this game. I don't give a shit how like good or the wall of hit is, but like at the same time, that's not as crazy comparatively, but
yeah, but I mean if you're making content for the game,
it's a different story.
It's a totally different story.
Story.
It's justified because then you can because the money that you're spending to show people end game content, which then drives your views and drives YouTube content,
you almost
and ads
have
and
to.
revenue. You kind of have to.
You have to.
So.
It's like people watching you expect you to do that. If I'm like watching someone who does this for a living and they're not not in the furthest place, but they're not like farther than me. I don't know. Like when I first started streaming Strike Force, I was like, why is anyone watching me? I mean, granted, I guess the lure was like to see for like people who were also just starting out, but like Jesus, it was so funny because I was just such shit.
Yeah, I mean I'm gonna, I don't know if I'll spend anything in this game right now outside of the $2 costume, whatnot, but I'm just gonna stick to playing a free to play because that's what I did for Black Desert Mobile. I had a ton of fun at Black Desert Mobile. They added a lot of awesome things in that game, and you could completely play the game for free to play. I'm very competitive, but at the same time, like, I want to see, like, yes, I understand that, like, people want to have, the companies rely on people spending money to get this sort of stuff, and I feel like, if they have such a global launch and so many people playing it, like, the smaller transactions that they're getting for, they're aiming for, like, the middle of the road as opposed to, like, the huge whales or the small people.
Dude,
in my opinion, I think is the better.
I'll definitely buy
business.
like my favorite Spider-Man costume is when he's Cosmic Spider-Man, and if they come out with a Cosmic Spider-Man outfit, I'll buy that shit in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but then also like the thing is, it's not just a cosmetic. Yes, you can then get the cosmetic and you can have that, but then it also helps with your stats. You can upgrade, and the other cool thing is too that like once you get like a drop or something like that, like you get like the Carol Core headdress or whatever, like with her and like the military, you can then just apply it over a skin or as a skin, and then you have that with your cosmic stats or whatever, which is great. I love that. So that way I constantly just mix and match. Like, I'm going to be the ultimate Carol right now, or I'm going to be like modern day Carol or something like that. So, but I don't know. I'm having a blast with it. I really hope that they have a great like user base. Netmarble, I know they tend, Future Fight was kind of like really pay to win towards the end. Well, I mean, it's still going, but like they're very pay to win in order to play. But they did a lot of cool stuff like in Future Fight where like if you didn't play for a month, they're like, hey, you haven't played for a month. Here's a bunch of shit that you missed to get your back up and running, and here you go. And then like once a month, like, hey, here's a fully maxed out character of your choice because they have like 300 characters. With the exception of a few that you had to farm. But like, some of the things that are probably coming to this game that I would say if they're trying to go the route of like adding new things is there's probably going to be something with like the ability to have like some sort of like farming mechanics of like you can send people out and do stuff for you.
Yes.
While you're doing that sort of thing. Like I said, I'm only level 47, so I'm like at the halfway point at this point, so I haven't like experienced end game yet. They'll have other things of like stuff that you can do offline to keep you engaged and whatnot that kind of just continue on and it'll help you get some stuff while you play it. So, but the nice thing is, and I know Chef isn't here anymore, but I'm hopefully he'll listen to the podcast later. I'm saying like, he's like, well, all the people we're playing now are going to have such an advantage to me. Like, yes, absolutely. There probably will be. And even though there won't be a soft launch, like, but still like you can make a new character. You can play with other people. You can do all this sort of stuff. Like it's just because people get a head start and like they're spending time in the game and whatnot to get ahead of things doesn't mean it's not going to be fun to play.
It's like barely a thing. It's not a real argument. He doesn't want to play it. It's fine. You can just not want to play it. It's fine.
And it's fine if he doesn't want to, and it's not like if he doesn't want to play it.
Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, obviously he's playing. Oh, he's having a lot of fun with World of Warcraft, but I don't want to play World of Warcraft. It has zero allure to me. I played World of Warcraft for like 6 years, and I was like, spent so much time and energy, and I was like, I'm kind of done with this. So, but it's just like, there's going to be new characters that come out. You're going to have time to reset to zero. The only thing that's going to be continuous is your squad level, which kind of helps you out a little bit. But still, like, there's going to be plenty of characters they're going to release. I think like Black Desert Mobile is up to like 25 characters or something like that now in different classes. So like, and like you said, there's infinite amount of characters that they could release with this game. Like, I mean, just the Avengers alone, there's still Hawkeye. There's still Hulk.
If you want to talk about Avengers, we have Avengers, West Coast
Thor.
Avengers, New Avengers, Young Avengers. We have fucking like there's a million different teams even in just Avengers. You know what I mean? It's like that's the great thing about Marvel Universe is that it's an absolute powerhouse of heroes. Incomparable to like DC. You can't even. It's not even comparable.
Yeah, because they have like different varieties and whatnot. But I also like the fact. Oh, hey Archie, you want to come up and say hi? No? You don't want to come up? All right, the dog came through. Come on, you want to come up? No? Okay. Anyway, yeah, there's lots of different characters and whatnot, and they're always adding new. Like, maybe they'll do things in conjunction with like movie releases.
Totally.
So much stuff going on with all the Disney Plus stuff. I don't know anything about the Eternals, but like when that movie drops, like I'm sure there'll be some sort of event that's going on. Eventually, I'm assuming we'll be playing as like Rocket Raccoon, Drax, Gamora.
I mean, Stan just had a good point. There's already models and voice acting for Daredevil, Punisher, Rocket. Like these things exist in the game, so it's not like you can't at some point be able to play them. Like you just take it and reuse that voice acting and those models and stuff.
Yeah, because everyone is like it's a alternate dimension, so you can just be that character. That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Were things farmable and for free to play in Black Desert? Yeah, absolutely. They just took a while. But yeah, you can absolutely do it. It just takes some it's the only thing that like money got you in Black Desert, you just got things faster.
Yeah.
Like you just like everything was farmable. It took a long time to get there, but like if you spent a week trying to find something, or you could spend like $10 to get it now, that's what it just speeds up time. That's what we said in Marvel Strike Force too, is like patience is your biggest virtue with these types of games, because like as long as you're patient and you don't care, like I don't feel stressed to spend money in this game. I spend money, or I want it. Like if I'm going to spend money in this game, like I'm going to spend it because I want to, and I think that's kind of cool, and I want to get it. I'm not going to be like, oh my god, here's a new OP character that I have to get to complete my squad because it's going to help me in Dark Dimension, because like without this raid that I do now, if I don't spend $700 now to get this one character maxed out, I'm not going to be able to be competitive because of Arena.
For sure.
Who cares?
Yeah.
So, 100%. But it's just there's just a lot of cool stuff that's happening with it, and I think it's going to be around for a long time.
There's a lot of potential. I think that's the biggest thing. It has a lot of potential.
And I'm happy to be like up front and like say like I'm going to be creating content for this game. I just don't know what that looks like yet. There's a lot of people out there who just be like, let's do character reviews and all that sort of stuff. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do, but like I think I'm definitely gonna try to do something. I'm not gonna try to be huge content creator. I'm just gonna make things at my own pace and just have fun with it.
I
So.
think the thing that's valuable for you to do is, you've played Black Desert Online for a bit. You see what's successful in that game and what sets you up for success. And if those same point values and structures exist in this game, you're at an advantage compared to someone who has not played a game like that to be like, okay, here's how you set your character up for success. Here's the things you do to make sure you're getting the most out of getting your XP, doing this and that. I think that is valuable considering I'm sure a lot of our friends who are, like streamers and YouTubers and stuff like that, who haven't played that game, who are just playing this game because it's another mobile Marvel game, aren't familiar with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If anything, I think that is pretty valuable in terms of things to watch from you for someone that wants to play this game and wants to get ahead without spending, or even if they do want to spend whatever. I think you have that perspective, which is valuable compared to someone who is just playing this because it's another mobile Marvel game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's actually a good idea. I can actually do videos of like, hey, here's Black Desert Mobile, and here's Marvel Future Revolution, like literally window to window, and show it and whatnot. I'd be kind of curious to see how that plays out. So, and the comparisons between the two games. So,
and yeah, not even necessarily from a comparison standpoint. That actually isn't. That's a good idea too. But just because since this is like such a same structure, like, I grant I know there's not like fishing and shit in this game, but at some point something like that will exist where you're just auto playing a side thing. You know what I mean? Like, so stuff like that, like, whatever you can get success in this game, you're familiar only because you've played a game like this that
similar,
I'm sure not a lot of people haven't.
Yeah, and it's very. I also played a bunch of Lineage 2, which is like similar. It's very similar. Like Lineage 2 came out, and then like a year later, Black Desert Mobile came out, and then or 2 years later, Black Desert Mobile came out. I used to play Lineage 2 on PC years ago, so that's why I was like interested in that game. But I definitely think it's going to be. I don't know. It's like I think it's going to be good. I hope to see. Not that I hate to say that. Like I hope people come over from MSF, but like fuck MSF. That game is terrible. So it's such a scummy gotcha game, and I'm glad we all left. And I'm happy to be back in a community which I think is pretty good. And like I'm hoping to see more people come from MSF over to Future Revolution and play that more because not that I think Net Marvel is a better company, but I think that at least they're like fair. At least from what I'm seeing now, they could be wildly out of place with all that, with all of their, prices and whatnot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like, if you want to be free to play and do it as much as you can be. It just takes more time, and it's not like, yes, you could spend money and get ahead of everybody, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's not like, like, oh, well, this character comes out, I can't get them for like 6 more months. Well, then fuck. Then what am I gonna do if I want this character? You're like, whoa, I can't get I can't progress in this this thing. Well, then I'm just gonna do my daily side quests, and then I'll come back in like a week, and then I'll try it.
If you're free to play, you're gonna have plenty of stuff to do. That's just like the real looking at this game. Like I've been playing it pretty much nonstop. That's not true. Not nonstop. I'm playing it auto for a lot since it came out, and I'm 24 on my Spider-Man. Like that's not very far at all. You know what I mean? And granted, I'm not doing a lot of side stuff. I'm not doing anything extra. I'm not really spending much in-game money. I'm not even really leveling up my skills that much. You know what I mean? So if you're just like chilling in the game, you got time. Like you'll be good.
Yeah. After Dark was just saying, just my opinion, if this game doesn't have a PC client, then it won't make it 6 months. I disagree with that. Future Revolution did not have a PC client, and it did just fine.
You mean Future Fight? Wait, Future Revolution. There's Future Revolution.
Future Revolution is Netmarble's other game that's with Marvel, as well as Black Desert Mobile did not have a PC
We're playing Future Revolution right now. What are you talking about?
Future Fight is what I'm talking about.
Future Fight.
Future Fight is their other game. That was like
that's what I thought you were talking about. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean they didn't come out. I don't think it's going to be dead at all. I just think like yes, it'd be nice, and I guess if enough people like request it or tweet at them or go in their forums and ask for a desktop client, then they'll probably make it. It makes sense because then they have complete control over what gets pushed to that, and the graphics are phenomenal, and I think it's a good way to do that.
Yeah.
But like first and foremost, like this is a mobile game, and also it's crazy to me that this is a mobile game. How good this game looks! It's just
the graphics are really good for a mobile game.
I'm very surprised Sorry, I keep hitting my mic. I'm very surprised at like how like just refined this game is. Just the environments. I mean, everything's an Unreal Engine, so it makes sense. But like,
True.
But like, it's even on like, even playing on this piece of shit like tablet, like, because it's a tablet, it's $100. It runs fine. Like, it doesn't. I mean, it's not great, but like, I played it last night, sitting watching, we're just hanging out watching TV with my wife and I, and like, I was just playing it nonchalantly, just whatever. And I got like 3 hours of battery life out of it playing it. I was like, okay, cool. So curious to see what my when it comes to iOS in September, if that is when it comes out, how it's going to play, especially with the new iPhones probably coming out at the end of the year. My iPad Pro for work, so we'll see. I slept barely since launch and hit 100. It takes forever, even while whaling. Oh man, crazy. How did Seaton do it in a day then, Darth? I have no idea. Did he have multiple people playing this? No, he probably just did it because that's Seaton. That's what he does. So, who was your first character that you did it? You hit 100 on? Because I'm very curious. So, all right. So we got some. If you have questions, you can ask us some questions with a Q in the chat. Dom, have you been?
There's just a couple. You actually went in real time, answered any of the ones that we got and the later end, but like just in the beginning, Mega Hearts. In Future Relevant, who is your favorite and least favorite character so far? I've only played two, so it's easy for me. Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. I'm not gonna say Doctor Strange is my least favorite character because I just haven't played enough of him. What I've seen so far is I don't think I'll play too much of Captain America. His playstyle and just doesn't really seem my deal. And I'm also like playing Spider-Man main because I'm just a nostalgia freak on that. Like Spider-Man's my favorite hero of all time. So
yeah.
But yeah, what about you? You played more than I have. So.
Like I said, I haven't played Doctor Strange or Star-Lord, so I've played pretty much everyone, all the other people for the most part. I'm essentially just getting people to 20 for the time being, just because that's what I can auto without having to get too far after the first major boss, or the second major boss, I should say.
Right.
In which I have to say, there's a lot of like super villains in this game. It's really tough.
Yeah. I mean, that's Marvel it's Marvel in general.
Yeah, but still, I was playing it and I was like just trying to auto some stuff, and like I was like, all right, well, I can't auto this fight. I had to actually sit down and play it like at my PC or on the tablet or whatever. Then like yesterday when I was streaming it, it was like there's like 4 back to back. It was crazy. So it's great, but still at the same time, like I just want to like just keep playing. So like when I would get to the point where I can't auto anymore, I would just switch over to another character and start up. So,
yeah, exactly.
But so I played I've played Storm, I've played Spider-Man, I've played Black Widow, which is who I'm taking up next. Captain America, Captain Marvel is my main that I'm playing right now. I like Captain Marvel right now. She seems pretty beefy. I was having a hard time playing with her because like she is kind of squishy, but I started like working on getting her defense up a little bit. There are a couple new abilities that you can get at like level 35 to 40. I can't remember which one it is. That one of her AoE abilities like gives you more defense after the ability ends. So that was actually helped me get through a bunch of boss fights and everything like that. So
yeah.
But I don't know. Like for me, I like Captain Marvel. Storm's pretty cool. I like mages and casters, so I guess
Doctor Strange is really fun late game.
Yeah, so for me, it's just like I like the fact that Captain Marvel's kind of up close and personal, but then she also has a bunch of ranged and AOE stuff.
Yeah.
So, my least favorite right now is kind of Spider-Man. Really.
Wow, dude.
I can't really like. I don't know. It's just something about like I like Spider-Man as like in general, but like I don't know. It's just something about it. At least to like where I've gotten to level 20, it hasn't really like clicked with me yet. I like Captain America's playstyle. I think I liked the whole like he can throw a shield out at people and catches it, and like all the animations are pretty fucking rad. But for me,
let me down, dude.
I know. I'm so sorry. I mean, I like Spider-Man, but like I don't know. For me, it's just not there yet. But I haven't tried Doctor Strange or Star-Lord yet, so. I'll try them probably later today.
Well, everyone's saying Storm is broken right now. I don't even know.
Why? What's wrong with Storm? What's happening?
I mean, they're gonna nerf her. She's so strong.
Why? I don't understand why she's so strong. So I mean, Storm was my second character that I made, so maybe I'll switch over to her. I want to
played before the nerf.
play before the nerf for sure. So, um, yeah. So maybe we'll play it. Maybe I'll play a Storm. We'll go see what happens.
Could do.
Yeah. What else we got?
Oh, and then Chef just asked about like, with Burning Crusade and FF14 like being huge hits. Do we think this game will keep the momentum?
Well, I think this keeps steam and momentum. Yeah, absolutely, because it's a mobile game.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
More people have phones than they have nice computers that play FF14 or
100%.
WoW.
I mean, I'll still play. I'm going to play New World for sure. On PC, and I'm going to stream that when it comes out. But like, I guess I'm just going to stick to MMOs at this point and Battlefield. So, oh yeah, I haven't played Iron Man. That's the other one I haven't played. I haven't played Iron Man. Black Widow definitely seems strong. I know Wiki Wolf was saying that like, you get the sniper skill on Black Widow, like she crits for like 130k damage or some shit like that, which is nuts. Apparently Black Widow is like a crazy boss killer because she like ultimate charges 3 times and it charges super fast and it hits really hard.
Huge.
But I'm very curious to try out different things. Of course, I picked like Captain Marvel because I like Carol Danvers as a character. So I was like, I can try this out. So, but yeah. Grumpy Pirate says this game seems to have potential to release WoW style expansions by adding different zones, like a Kree zone or something would be cool. Yeah, absolutely. Totally. I mean, they have so many different, infinite amount of universes that they could do. So, but I like the zone, all the different zones they have right now. They have what? They have Hydra America. They have Xanderth. They have the Ultron. They have New Stark City. There's 2 others I can't remember. But imagine like you probably go to Wakanda, I would assume. Probably a bunch of other places in the comics. I have no idea. Like different dimensions of those words. Midgard. Yep. So you can go to like I'm sure it'll be a Midgardia, I guess is what it's called with the different things. But yeah, they have different like costume sets. So many different ways to expand this game is going to be crazy. So. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep playing it, and we'll see what happens going forward. But I'll play this and stream it as much as I can, and we'll have some more people on the podcast to come talk about it. I know we kind of discussed briefly that we were gonna switch over to doing like a Marvel Gaming Insider segment. So, but I don't know if there's necessarily enough to discuss just now about
I don't
Future
think
Revolution just yet, but who knows? We'll see. My only question would be, do you think they'll ever do playable villains or anti-heroes? That's a good question. I mean, I think maybe in the future. Anti-heroes definitely. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we get Venom in there at some point. But I don't know. I mean that's probably years down the road at this point if more people ask for it. Mainly just because of like they just want to push like the heroes stuff going on. And like I said, they'll probably do some skin releases based on what's going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that sort of stuff, like they did with Endgame and all that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, so I think we're just going to discuss it like on the regular podcast. I don't know if we're going to do a full on segment about it, but
I don't think there's value in it yet.
Not yet, but if they start releasing more content like weekly, like with MSF, like they were releasing content weekly or new things weekly, what was going on. But anyway, maybe we'll just do like a little recap video for YouTube about what's happening in Marvel Future Evolution like this week or something like that, and we'll see. I think that has more merit, just doing a quick recap video on YouTube or something like that. So,
yeah, I think so. That's not
look at it. Anything else that you're looking forward to or anything like that coming out? Do we have any game news that came out this week? I have no idea. I haven't looked at it. I've been so busy. I haven't had
some funny stuff, dude. Poor Magic the Gathering Dungeon Card Legends. Jesus. Not going to full launch. They're shutting it down. I mean, the game was really bad, so I don't blame them really. It was I actually can't believe how bad it was, and they thought that would pass as a playable game. I really cannot believe that. What the hell is that? So much dragon metal outside. You gotta love New York. That game just died. I still can't believe it. And then not really too much. Apparently the Justice Department is looking into some Overwatch League stuff. Really interesting. We're getting into this point where esports stuff is becoming more mainstream with shit, and you're having some funny situations like that. Like, I don't know if you heard, there was like half of, not half of FaZe Clan, they're huge, but like 5 members of FaZe Clan, one was permanently kicked, the rest were suspended because they were all doing a cryptocurrency scam. Like, yeah, they're like pumping and dumping some crypto and be like, oh my god, you guys got to get into this, and then they would immediately sell. It was just crazy shit. CoffeeZilla, check out its video, it's actually crazy to watch.
All right.
Yeah, just nothing too crazy, I guess.
Wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Loki's really good of a show. If anyone's not watching that, watch it, you ding
Oh,
dongs.
we'll have a quick discussion about that off stream or off the pod. If you want to listen to us talk about Loki or any Marvel stuff, feel free. We'll continue watching.
There's been
Discord,
more look into Diablo 4 stuff, which I just can't.
Is it ever coming out?
It is coming out, and I'm
Did they give a
happy
date
that
yet?
they're. No, probably next year. Hopefully the end of next year. One would hope. But there was a new quarterly update, and they just released more like cosmetic looking, so more cosmetic stuff with the game, which is gonna be awesome. The game visually just looks so beautiful, so beautiful.
Are you gonna pre-order D4?
So who asked me this in there? Got us. Stan asked me. Someone's like, "Oh, I had that little thing about like never pre-order a game again." Probably gonna pre-order Diablo 4.
Knew it.
Probably gonna pre-order. Okay,
Sorry,
here's the thing.
I pre-ordered D2 remastered for PS4, PS5. So
I think
I did it.
I think with Blizzard being who they are lately, they have not been the best in a lot of ways. But it looks like whoever the team is that's running Diablo 4 is doing it right. Like they're taking their time, they're not rushing the game. It's gonna come out when it comes out. They're not
8
like
years later. Fine.
Hey, if that's what it takes to have a great game. What the fuck is that?
You just got people dragging metal all over the place.
I don't know what's going on outside. If that's what it takes to make the game great, I'm for it, baby. You know what I mean? I'll take it. And
True.
so far, every quarterly update they do, the game looks better and better every time. Every time they do a new update, it's like, oh my god, that looks so good. I can't wait. So yeah, if they're doing it right, I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
Great. Dahooch was saying Crown isn't here, but he'd like to know. He would love to know that EA is looking into paying college athletes to appear in the NCAA football game. Great. All 4 people getting paid for their likeness. As somebody who works
Pay people for labor and likeness.
Yeah, it just makes sense. So I'm glad that that's becoming a thing. So, great. And then, Genlock was saying about there's a company that works on getting ads in regular games, and apparently several AAA companies have already signed up for it. EA being one of them.
God, I'm so not looking forward to that.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like, did somebody at EA be like, how can we make ourselves even shittier of a company? It was just like, oh, let's put ads in regular games.
Dude, when you're the villain, you just sink into the role more.
Just double down.
Unfortunately, it's only a matter of time before ads start to show up in video games. I mean, technically, ads have been showing up in esports for a bit now. You get ads in like StarCraft 2, like pro games. Like there's like a banner, like you know what I mean?
Look,
it's like,
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with banners and whatnot, like while you're watching an esport, because that's just ad revenue for like promoting stuff and within the game itself. But like, if I have to like, if I'm playing like a PS5 game that I've paid $70 for, and all of a sudden I have to click something, and it's like, drink Coca-Cola today while you play, or drink Mountain Dew while you play your game, and be like, you can go fuck right off, and I'll stop being a gamer.
You know what's actually, I think, one of the best ways going forward that a lot of esports teams are doing? They're getting sponsorships from big companies, and the team is renaming themselves to whatever you know what I mean? I think that is smart, because like what is it? Like Shopify have their like team now. Like you're seeing teams now. It's like almost like, like it's not. I don't know. I'm not trying to like compare it to like sports stuff, but it's not really coming to me. But I think that makes the most sense. You know what I mean? Like, oh, is it Shopify Rebellion? Is that who it is? Whatever it is, but whatever. Like, they're getting money from a big company, which it's still infancy, so a lot of these teams need that money, and they're renaming themselves to whatever that brand it. Like, okay,
fine,
whatever. That's like
It's like when you have like the the PNC Bank
arena like
or something like exactly. I'm all for that. It's fine. Whatever. I don't really care. That changes
I don't want to ever be playing a game. The game pauses for a second, and it's a fucking ad, I will die. I will die. I'll quit
Quickest
playing video
way.
games.
Yeah. Same way. I'm perfectly fine with like branded content in a game. Like I know with Final Fantasy 15, there was like, it highly sponsored by like ramen noodles or some shit. Because like as you're doing all the camp stuff, they're like, here's my favorite meal, ramen noodle or a cup of noodles. I think it was cup of noodles. I was like, here's the best food in the game, cup of noodles, cup of noodles, cup of noodles. Do you like cup of noodles? Cup of noodles. So
It's like the
I'm okay
fucking
with
scene
that.
in Wayne's World.
Yeah, perfectly fine with that.
The sponsor scene. It's like he's like Garth is like eating the Doritos bag. Yeah, I just don't know how someone could just sell out for just a couple extra bucks. It just makes no sense to me. And like it's like the Pepsi. Oh my god, what a funny scene. But yeah, that's
yeah. Anyway, sponsored content like within a game, like or not sponsored content. What's it called? Not branding. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
When like things are in stuff like with movies and shit. I can't remember what it's called.
Product placement.
Product placement. Thank you.
Yeah.
All for product placement. If that's how you want to do it, by all means, don't show me a fucking ad that pops up or anything like that. Or if there's like a billboard in a game in Spider-Man that you're swinging through and says Coca-Cola or something like that. Cool, whatever, put it in there. Just don't make it obtrusive. Yeah. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So. But, so last thing, real quick, we'll mention before we end is Genlock said, I don't want games to become more expensive, but to be honest, I don't see how it's been kept on 60, 70 USD for so long, considering the amount of funds needed to make a AAA game. Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, for indie games that are coming out for like 30, 40 bucks, great. But like I'm seeing the trend, especially now going forward, like all the PS5 games that are coming out that are brand new, 70 bucks seems to be the standard. I remember not that long ago, like 15 years ago, it was like $50 was like the crazy, that was the price point for a new game, at least for PC, right? So new PC game came out, it was $50. I actually remember there was like this ad that was out there, like on the back of like a Game Informer magazine. This was like, I saw the ad, I played the game, now my $50 went up in smoke or something like that. It was a shitty game or something like that. I'm trying to remember where that came from. But I'm off. Like I understand, like it's probably games are going to be becoming more and more expensive, but that's why they've been doing DLC and not putting in features of games, just having all microtransactions, all that stuff to kind of pay for stuff after the fact. But yeah, I mean it's gonna be a thing, unfortunately. But I just don't show a pop-up ad. Just don't
for
do
sure.
it. Just don't do it. It's not gonna be fun. But anywho, that's gonna do it for us. It is now 11 o'clock. Maybe I'll stream for a little bit after we're done here. So anyway, thank you all for coming out and all the new people coming through. If you haven't already, follow the podcast on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/OG podcast. Please make sure you give follow and turn on notifications. You'll let us know. They will let you know when we go live to talk about podcasts, because now we only don't talk about Marvel Feature Revolution. We talk about video games in general, what we're playing, game news, what we're looking forward to. That's our big thing. And if you want, you can buy or get 15% off any product at noob.com, which is their great energy company. I drink Noob all the time. I use it for work. They're great.
It's true.
Or if you go to noob.ogpodcast.fm, which will get you also take you to that store. But yeah, so you can find us on Instagram, og.podcast, or Twitter is over TVersP. Our website is ogpodcast.fm, where we talk about video games, what we're playing, what we're looking forward to, and gaming news of the week. So yeah, until next time, we'll see you guys later. So make sure you give us 5 stars on your podcast platform of choice. That'd be fantastic. That helps us out with the algorithms, so just being suggested to other people. And then if you want to come hang out in our Discord, it's discord.me/ogpodcast, where we have all sorts of fun things happening in Discord. We'll talk more about stuff there. So anyway, yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Cool. Thank you all for coming out. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. We're gonna talk more about like Marvel Cinematic Universe and whatnot in a second. If you want to listen to that, you can either download this episode or watch this episode on YouTube, which is we don't have our YouTube channel yet, but it's on our website for ogpodcast.fm. Or also you can watch the stream later on Twitch if you want to. So anyway, all right, cool. Thank you guys very much. We're going to talk about some Marvel Cinematic Universe. Peace. I got to pee, but we can do it. One second.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on? Someone like... What is that noise? Why does... I love New York. New York's my favorite place to be on the planet, but what a funny... Just, you don't ever know what's going on outside, you know? What's everyone up to today? Everyone having a nice day? Anybody have some fun plans? Watching out England, and there's always stuff going on outside. Can't imagine I can hear it. Dude. So I think someone outside is using a leaf blower to clean off the sidewalk, which is a hilarious thought. There's always something. Tonight is actually the worst night to be in New York City because it's like a fucking war zone with the fireworks. It sucks so much. I hope it rains. I know I'm being a fucking curmudgeon, an old curmudgeon. I hope it actually rains tonight so that there's no fireworks because it is just the worst. The worst. The worst. My cats hate it. I hate it. Took me down from the Bucks win last night to book a trip to the finals. First time in my lifetime. Is the Bucks is a sports team of some kind?
Smack myself
Nice,
right in the face.
Nice going. Oh, have you noticed that I don't have those headphones anymore? I'm using earbuds.
Yeah.
Ask me why.
Why do you have this earbuds?
Because my fucking cat is a jerk and chewed through the wire. You know the tiny little wire you see up top here? The tiny little one. Not like the big one coming out. The tiny little
this one.
Yes. Chewed right through it.
You want me to solder a new one for you?
Oh, no, it's gone.
The whole wire's gone?
No, I got mad. I threw it away.
Oh, okay. Bummer.
So I got some sweet gaming earbuds. Hashtag gaming.
Hashtag gaming earbuds. All right. So, yeah. So what do you think about all right. Spoilers for people who haven't seen it.
Final warning.
Spoilers. I'm going to put it right here. Right above our faces. Spoilers.
For Loki. Loki spoilers. You've watched the latest episode 4?
Yes, I have watched the latest episode 4.
Spoilers.
So you haven't listened, haven't watched Loki.
Spoilers. Okay.
Spoilers.
Okay, let's talk about cinematics for a second. Wow. Right though? What a beautifully shot show.
Yeah.
Like
crazy. Who is the DP on that show?
I don't know, but they deserve everything. Dude, just the first episode when he walks in the TVA and all those light bulbs up top, that whole scene where he's walking in the queue, mind-blowingly beautiful. It just what a great like fucking 80s vibe. Like 70s, probably even sooner, earlier than that even.
Yeah,
like
it definitely looks like 70s, 80s,
50s to
like
70s kind of vibe. Absolutely beautiful. I can't get over how beautiful the lighting is. Like, geez.
Autumn Durald was the cinematographer. I've never heard of her. Wait,
oh,
really?
It's a woman. What's her name?
An Asian woman. So,
what's her name?
Autumn Durald.
Oh, I thought you said Adam.
No, Autumn.
Autumn. Oh, no, never heard.
I've never. Beautiful. This is apparently this is. I'll show it right here. So this
is like her first big deal.
I guess it's her first big deal, but like that's her right there. So like great. I'm all for like women in film doing great things. So
killing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely
so it's like
so fucking good. Oh
yeah,
my god.
She shot. What did she do before that? Man, she did not do a lot of stuff before this. I mean, she did a lot of stuff, but like a lot of shorts and whatnot. So like this is her first big.
Yo, big shout out to her agent. You know what I'm saying? Like that motherfucker did some work. God, crazy. And story wise, just like this is so far my favorite cinematic Marvel thing. Movies to now, like Iron Man 1 to now, Loki has become my favorite. I am like on the edge of my seat every day. I just like, give me the next episode. Why release everything right now? I don't want to do this shit where I have to wait. Yeah, wow. I'm blown away. Tom Hiddleston. If there is someone who can convey their feelings as an actor, he's so good at it.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. I'm a big fan of him. What else has he been in, actually?
I don't know what else he's been in. I mean, I don't know if he's done much outside of Marvel. I mean, he probably has, but let's see. Wow, the DIT on that show has done a lot of stuff with Marvel. So he was the DIT on Avengers Infinity War, which makes sense. Captain America Civil War, Ant-Man, Captain America Winter Soldier. So this guy's been around for a bit. Zach Hilton. I don't know who he is, but he seems to be a lot. He's also in, so he did Loki. He's also doing Hawkeye too. So Um,
That's interesting that this DIT has done all this stuff, but different DPs. Like a DP's not bringing them on.
well, in terms of like what a DIT does on set, like it makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of crazy workflow stuff and camera
Oh, I
things
guess
that's
that does
consistent
make
throughout
sense,
stuff.
especially if they're
So
trying to keep a
consistency
consistent create. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense actually. Yeah,
with
yeah,
as crazy as things are for on-set stuff or workflow and all sort of shit, it totally makes sense just because like all that shit is just nuts in terms of
yeah.
like keeping things consistent and just like I mean like just the security of things of like having because I've done so much stuff for like HBO and Amazon
Yeah.
just having the same person doing the same job that they're comfortable with
Totally, totally.
it like they can bring in different DPs and whatnot, but when it comes to like footage security and making sure everything goes from one place to the other and talking with post production,
Yeah.
things with production itself, it makes a lot of sense of why they were doing that stuff. So,
No, that does make sense. That
but
makes
yeah,
sense.
the cinematography is fantastic in this show.
God, it's beautiful.
The
It's so beautiful.
the last episode were like episode 3 when they're on the I forget the name of the planet they're on. Like I mean I could see all the pink purple LEDs and whatnot. That's with how everything was color graded and everything like that. But they definitely use a bunch of like Astera tubes and all that sort of stuff
Yeah.
for all that stuff. But like doing like off-brand RGB colors is like not easy to do because
Yeah.
there's so many problems with like focus.
Yeah, Lamentus.
Lamentus, yes, thank you. With problems with like focus and all sort of
Yep.
stuff. Just because like certain colors with different wavelengths don't resolve focus at all. So I thought it was just gorgeous in terms of like how everything's lighting. And I thought the story was fucking phenomenal. So,
Oh my God, it's so well done.
it's just like the end of that episode where they're like, hey, like I did not expect Loki to have. I thought he was dead for a second. I was like, oh shit, they fucking killed him off.
I know.
Crazy.
I know.
But
I
then
know.
they're like, because I was like, oh shit, we got some Game of Thrones type stuff. I was like, fantastic. But of course, they're not going to kill him off. I was like, oh,
No.
not going to do
Well,
that.
it is really interesting. You know, I don't know if there's a comic arc called Original Sin. And in it we see actually a similar thing to the ending of episode 4, an old man Loki, a young Loki, and just a bunch of like there's a female Loki. And it seems like they're taking some stuff from, and that's why I love the cinematic universe because they're not tied down to just they're like, oh, we're gonna take stuff we like, we're gonna make it our own, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting. You know, obviously the TVA ain't really killing peeps. They're sending them into another, maybe like some thread of a timeline or whatever it is. And I'm just so like I didn't see that coming. I really didn't. I was like, oh shit, they killed off both. Yeah. It's gonna be like, oh, they killed Mobius and they killed Loki. All right. Now we're what are we gonna do? And it's like, oh dang, okay, they didn't kill them. They're just another pocket, probably like a pocket. That's why like there's a cool theory that the TVA is in the quantum realm.
That's cool.
and I think it's a pretty interesting theory. And so who knows what could be working in the quantum realm and what they're working with and you know, blah blah blah. Oh, this is interesting. When are they gonna kill him, make him the Sylvie the new main Loki in the main timeline for a minute? That actually would have been interesting. Sylvie
Yeah.
becoming the new Loki. Because that's the only thing that sucks about the cinematic universe is that at some point these actors are gonna stop. I mean, we've already seen, you know, obviously Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, they're no longer playing their characters anymore. So like, you know, at some point they're gonna stop.
But the cool thing is, like, they can keep the characters going with the alternate universe, with the
Exactly.
multiverse of madness. So that's
Exactly.
that opens up the gates, the floodgates, essentially.
Yes.
You have these different varieties of different Thors and all that stuff. So it's quite. I mean, we're seeing that with Future Revolution, right? So we're seeing that with how they're doing all their sort of thing. With
The actress who plays Sylvia is great too.
yeah, she's
She's
phenomenal.
I've never heard of her before this, and she's great. I did love in the first episode when the TVA like assistant opens up the desk drawer and it's just all of the not power stones,
Infinity
all of
Stones?
the Infinity Stones, and he's
Yeah.
like, wait, he's like, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, that's curious too. Like, if they're in the quantum realm, like how would I'm curious like where they would be because if none of the powers work there, like what they have to be somewhere that's not in a realm that works.
Well, my favorite theory is that it's actually some other Loki doing this. Like he's actually the head of the TVA, and if that is the case, this could all just be one big enchantment too. If it's something ultra powerful Loki, he could probably set up an enchantment on this joint that dampens power or some shit. I don't know. It's like there's a lot. Oh, hi, Polly. What you doing? Don't jump up there. So Polly likes to jump up on my Warhammer table and just knock over everything because she's just a little monster. The possibilities are endless for what could be going on in this world.
Yeah, very interesting. Where do you think the series is going to go, especially with like that reveal of like the androids, right?
Well,
big three, right? The big three.
I don't know the big three, right? What was the aliens, androids,
and monsters,
and monsters, something like that.
I don't remember the third one was.
The thing, oh yeah, there were runes on the walls. Someone did. I noticed that too. I mean, in the long run, it's going into some kind of multiverse shatter, and we only reason we know this between WandaVision and this, these are leading to Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness. So, like, clearly, Wanda messed some stuff up with the verse. Loki's gonna mess some stuff up with the verse. Doctor Strange is gonna have to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's the long run. As it stands, the story's so good, I can't guess of what's gonna happen. I can't guess. I really can't.
Yeah, and I think that's the beautiful thing about it. And I'm glad that I did see it. I think the Hooch was saying that he likes the slow burn of everything. It also gives you time to digest it. Like, as somebody who
for sure.
Well, there's probably a reason for it. As somebody who is a filmmaker and who has worked on some high-profile TV shows, one of the main reasons why they do the weekly releases is that gives them time to keep finishing post-production. Because even though it's not like...
Well, they finally just wrapped.
Yeah. Wait.
Shooting,
what?
at least.
On
season, they weren't done shooting the first season.
Oh, shit. Okay.
The director tweeted the other day, like, hey, finally wrapped.
Yeah. So with that too, like, it's not like episodic. Like when I worked on FBI, like we're shooting and then like 2 weeks later the episode comes out or something like that. It's not like that crazy of a schedule. But like, yeah. So you still need time to finish things, right? So that's the stuff. So like normally when you're doing like for instance on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, like we had that show came out for season 3, we finished filming Marvelous Mrs. Maisel in July. No, when did we finish that? September. So we finished that in September. They're releasing everything in December, right? So
yeah,
that's I mean they Maisel just wrapped yesterday. What's today? No, they wrapped Saturday. Friday is the word. Yesterday was Saturday.
Dude, time is irrelevant.
Time is irrelevant. We're on the TVA right now. So anyway, so they essentially when you have that sort of thing is like, I mean, they're editing as they go. They have sort of stuff, but they have to do QC for TV. Yep. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens with behind the scenes in terms of like being able to do processing. You have to do NTSC, you have to do PAL, you have to get things ready for different regions. There's a lot that goes into just the post-production aspect of getting things ready to release the show. And so when you have a show like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel where like they just like dump everything all at once, like they have to have essentially the entire series, half of the series has to be edited, ready to go by the time they wrap, essentially. But, you know, that's not too big of a VFX heavy show. Whereas like something like Loki or these Marvel shows, they're absolutely huge in terms of like how they're all this CG and stuff. Granted, they still have a bunch of previs. They're working on stuff. There's editors working. But like when it comes towards like, if they just wrapped like 2 weeks ago or whatever, then there's still like, and there's 2 episodes left. Now that it's cram time of getting everything in, edited,
for sure,
pushed in there. That sort of stuff. So it gives the creative team and producers and all that stuff more time to get it all finalized and squared away, as opposed to just being like, boom, here you go. Also, like, as much as I would like to have it all at once, like I do enjoy the slow burn because that makes you think about stuff.
It gives you time to digest and to like really. Yeah, you're right.
And like I like the what's it called? I like the fact that you know when we watch an episode because we watch my wife and I watch it on the weekends because it comes out on Wednesdays. I like the fact that it comes out in the middle of a week. By the way,
agreed. Yeah. Well, it's smart the way they did this. They're doing. What was it? They're doing. They're doing Star Wars stuff or Marvel stuff Wednesdays, Star Wars stuff Fridays, or some shit. I don't know. They said something about this.
Yeah. Maybe I don't want to say. Yes, we're doing. Hey, what's up, Senator? Yes, we're spoiling Loki a little bit. Yeah, we've already talked about spoilers though. I could actually.
Yeah, we're like pretty much done spoilers now. We're just talking about.
So I can take it off. Now we're just talking about filmmaking in general. If it's not gonna let me deselect it, hold on. I don't know why I can't deselect the thing now. Let's just keep whatever. I don't think it pops through. But yeah, so I mean that's interesting in terms of how they do that. I'm all for it. But my wife and I we'll watch an episode like Saturday night or Friday night, and then we'll go to like a YouTube recap thing that's like, oh, all the hidden stuff you may have missed. So like I like that sort of stuff, and it gives people a chance to break things down. I've always wanted to break things down and do something like that, but it feels like a lot of work, a lot of editing, and I just don't care enough to do that stuff.
There's also a million people doing that. That's the thing that sucks about that. Stuff like that, there's a million people doing that already.
Yeah, exactly.
Like breakdowns and shit.
And there's a lot of shit. Like if I really wanted to, I mean I could do it because I would do if I was to do it, I would do a breakdown of like a technical, like behind the scenes kind of stuff.
See, I think that's something like that is where the value is when you're an individual streamer or making videos or something. Everyone is already doing a breakdown of that stuff, but if you have some kind of insight or firsthand knowledge or something like that, then you're adding a personal twist to it, and I think that is where. Can we just take a second and just notice how like comfy my fucking cat is? She is just tail is just wagging a little bit, sleeping, paw up, just living the dream. You know,
living the dream. I want to be your cat right now.
I hope everyone
lying in your arms, Tom.
Thanks, buddy. I hope everyone Sunday can go as chill as Polly Walnuts the cat right now.
Yeah, one day, one can hope.
But yeah, I'm just like every week I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait for the next episode. It came out while we were in Seattle, and we were staying at an Airbnb that didn't have a TV. We went out and bought a TV from Target to watch.
Really?
So that way, and then we just returned it at the end of the job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just silly. And Jen, like was saying, from a marketing perspective, the weekly format is much better because people are still talking about it for 2 months. Then they drop the whole season at once. They give a lot of weekend or maybe weekend word of mouth about it. Yeah, that's very true from a marketing perspective. And also, it's just like as things come out and like they can plan out, like, you know, this is going to be 6 episodes. This is going to be like, you know, this comes out, and then, you know, Black Widow movie comes out on Friday, which my wife and I are going to go see. And on next Friday, it'll actually be the first movie experience we've had since quarantine. So I'm actually very excited for it. I love going to the Alamo Draft House, which is like a fantastic. Like my wife.
Do they have one in Connecticut?
It's in Yonkers. So
I guess it's not that. Yeah.
So it's 45 minutes. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
But like, so we go there. We make it like a brunch thing. Like we go in the morning.
Yeah.
We have like, you know, mimosas as we're sitting there and eat some food. It's very good. So it's good.
I don't think the New York Alamo Draft House, the one in Southern Brooklyn's opening back up.
Well, the one in the Yonkers is opening back up in August, so it's not
nice.
ready yet. So, but like there's a an AMC theater which has started to do the Alamo.
Oh my god.
The AMC theater one has started to do that whole like, hey, you can order food, you can drink beer, whatever. It's fun. So, but yeah, it's just
Stan, you saw a preview for Summer of Soul. Is that what you're talking about? You mentioned yesterday or the day before. It looks amazing. Summer of Soul was an amazing documentary. Probably one of my favorite documentaries I've ever seen, about the Harlem cultural event that happened in 1969 in Mount Morris Park in Harlem, starring huge acts, like massive acts, that was free to New Yorkers during a hot ass summer. It's actually like 3 weekends in a row, but absolutely beautiful. It talked about a lot of things that were going on at the time. Talked about living in New York. It was just powerful as fuck. Absolutely powerful. I love the shit out of it. Like what an amazing film. I just love, I'm a sucker for New York in general. So anything that highlights the beauty that is New York City, I'm just like, I gravitate towards, and that definitely did. It was just really funny because it showed, they talked about the Sunday of the concert series, we landed on the moon in that summer of '69, and it was absolutely it showed the dynamic between, at the time, white America watching this and black America, and like suburban like house mom was like, oh, I think it's absolutely wonderful, and it would show like a dude in Harlem like, man, that don't mean shit to me. What does it, you know what I mean? It's just like it just shows the dynamic of the time and like cultural and racial disparity. It was just Nina Simone. Everything she does is perfect. And Gladys Knight was, so many amazing performers, and like those who were still alive had some interviews in it, and It's just crazy because you never would have heard. I never heard about it. It
Never
happened
heard
the
about
same
it.
summer as Woodstock. The footage was lost for like 50, 60 years. It was absolutely just it was amazing. It was good documentary. Well
Um,
made too. Oh my God, so well made. I
have you
like
watched
was
Have you watched the mini documentary that's on Peacock about like all the female gymnastics? I forget what it's called.
no, I'm not. No.
It's
Do
really
you have Peacock?
yeah, we do. We have Peacock.
Wow,
Just,
God, you have every streaming service that's ever
no, not
existed.
really. We have Netflix, Hulu, and Peacock. That's really it.
Oh, fair.
We don't. Oh, Disney Plus. But then I got the Disney Plus subscription for like
Yeah.
3 years for like 120
Yeah.
bucks. So which
Same,
is
same,
well
same.
worth it.
Very well worth
So,
it.
Um,
Yeah,
but yeah.
Summer Soul is a great documentary. Watch it.
Check it out. I want to go see In the Heights too, but I don't know. I need to work on. My wife really is pushing me to start the home theater project, so I got to
Yeah,
do that.
do it. I
That's
hired your
the
wife for
next
next
thing.
week.
Oh, you did great, good,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Got a little pickup day. Single shot. Should be really easy. So
It's good stuff. Now just
Yeah.
rent my camera and it's a twofold. So
I would love to rent your camera. I
Yeah.
would love to have jobs right now. Well, it's like funny. I'm
get-
going away for most of July, and they're like a huge job having in July. But I'm gone on PTO, so
nice. Yeah, I do actually have HBO Max too, but I get it free with being on AT&T.
yeah.
Because I don't have I had T-Mobile. I love T-Mobile, but I don't have service with T-Mobile
Yeah.
at my house, and I'm about to work from home, so for the foreseeable future. So I needed to have a cell phone that worked. So
True.
and then my union discount gets me enough off where it actually
Oh, I
pays
didn't
for
realize.
it.
Are you gonna not be 600 anymore?
No, I'm gonna stick. So the goal is I'm gonna stick with it for a year. I'm gonna try it out for a year. I'm still gonna keep my card. But I'm gonna because I can still do commercials and shit on the weekend. You know, things pop up.
Sure.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
sell any of my gear.
Okay, fair.
Just because like I did that with FBI and I'm glad that I didn't sell any of my stuff. So like I'm gonna try
Yeah.
it out, and if I like it, and I want to stick with it, then I'll turn around and sell all my stuff. But
Fair.
for now I'm just treating it like I'm on a show for a year. That's how I'm
Yeah.
treating it.
Yeah.
But we'll be
Hell yeah.
available, and I have unlimited PTO, so this is great. I can just take it whenever I
Oh,
want.
It's unlimited PTO.
Unlimited PTO.
That's that's not real. No one does that.
They do
That's
it.
insane. Wow. Well.
Yeah, and I get every month I get 1 day off. It's great.
tell
Doesn't matter
me-
what. Even it doesn't matter if there's a holiday or whatever.
Jesus
You work for the
Christ,
FBI? No,
Let them hire, and when they do, tell me about it.
I will. I will. I think my position is a unique one. They may actually made the position for me,
That's
or they
bullshit.
not. They didn't make it for me, but they made the position, and then
I know
I
what
just
you're
really
saying.
I fit the details. But
Yeah.
FBI TV show. Yes, exactly. I worked for season. I did season 2. I was the B operator in second unit DB or second DP on that show. So, but yeah, unlimited PTO is great because it's just like
Insane.
don't abuse it. Like don't take 6 months off. So like you need a day
Right.
here and there, just take it, just go, just do it.
Right.
So I'm like,
Wow.
I just have to give a
Unlimited
week's
PTO.
notice. So like if I have a job come up like on a Friday and I just want to take a 3-day weekend, be like, hey, I'm going to take this Friday off.
Yeah.
Provided it's not like a huge big meeting or something like that.
For
no,
sure.
Because my whole job description is going to be about client retention, that sort of stuff. So
Yeah. That makes
I
sense.
have a lot of stuff that I'm going to be responsible for. And I'm going to be the face of a community, and it means I have to go back on Facebook. It's going to suck. Anyway, sweet. All right, let's see who's streaming right now.
Can we actually raid my buddy who I do Warhammer stuff with? He's
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
right now.
What's his tag?
It is all one word. Glam
put it in-
Shatterskull. Oh, I could do it. I could just raid myself, can't I? I'm a mod.
Yes, I think you can do it. It's that thing that's possible. You put the output over.
Oh, I don't have
it's-
permission to do it. Wow.
All right. Well, just put his name in the chat, and I'll copy paste. It's a thing
That's
that's
funny.
possible if you put output over punching the clock. Yes, exactly.
True.
Which I'm all for. So
Agreed. Thanks for hanging, everybody. This is a fun episode. I'm happy
Yeah.
to be back on
it
back
says,
on the wheel.
it says invalid username.
What? No.
Shutter. You said Shutter Skull. Is it Shutter Skull or Shatter Skull?
Oh, Shatterskull. That's my B. It was really fun. It was fun to be back back on the thing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's been a minute, huh?
It has been a thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna also stream in a little bit too. So because we had
cool.
plans for the 4th, but they're not happening. We're supposed to do something at like 1:30, but then it's it got pushed later on because it's raining up here. So
Oh, it's raining up there right now. It's probably gonna rain
yeah.
here in like any
It's raining
minute.
right now.
So
So we're gonna go. Yeah, stuff. So I'm gonna go stream for probably an hour, and then I'm gonna hit the Peloton because I'm fine with that. Fuck at this point. I need to get it working out. That's the nice thing though. I'll be able to actually be able to wake up early and work out in the morning.
There you go.
It's crazy.
There you go.
I got my schedule for my outbound, whatever the fuck it's called, onboarding. Onboarding is what I was looking
onboarding.
for.
Yeah.
It's like 6 hour days. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm not used to this.
It's gonna be a bit of you having to just learn shit, but it's chill. It'll be chill. So
I mean, that's why I'm like I have so many projects to take care of around the house. I've been like waiting for this, so it's gonna be great.
Well, now you're gonna be able to do them.
Yeah. So all right. Thanks everyone for coming through. You're all the best.
Peace, y'all.
Come hang out in the Discord. Thanks, y'all. Bye.
Click it. Click it. Click it.